In the People XD app, you land on your home page and click Expenses from the menu. In the bottom right hand corner, there's a clock. If you click on that, that's going to show you any previous created expense claims submitted or paid. So you see the penny test at the bottom has been paid. To see the status of these, you can slide across and we can select to submit, or you can delete the claim there. So to add an expense, I would click the plus at the bottom and add expense. The menu here is scrollable, or you can type to search in the top if you know what you're looking. So I'm going to add mileage here. I'm going to go through and select the date that I want to claim it for. As you would have done previously, just input details of the claim that you're claiming for. So remembering that we can claim from our nearest branch location. Within here, it gives you the option to type a postcode of where you're going from, and it saves the last postcode that you went from as well. And again with the location too. So you can free type the postcode, or if it's on the list of your previous location visited, you can just click to select. So that's going to bring that through here. That's putting that journey down as 32. So I'm selecting done. It gives a summary and I've pressed save there. To add additional items, we just continue in this way. So click to add expense. We can then free type so we can find mileage this way. Again, we're selecting the date that the journey took place and adding a detailed description of the journey here. Okay, so this time I'm free typing to look for the postcode. So we came from Millstone Lane to the home address. Selecting that. Now the distance here is showing me a one-way journey. You can type over this, so if you've had to divert your journey for traffic, you can do so, or if you've done a round trip, return trip, then you can just double that distance and done. And then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to update the description to say that it was a round trip. And then I'm clicking the paper aeroplane at the bottom to save that expense. So I can continue in this way, plus add expense. You can do this at any time, so it doesn't have to be added all in one go. You can do as you go along. So as you can see here, I'm about to add some breakfast items that were purchased for office. So at the point of purchase, I can input this, so it doesn't have to be an end of the month thing when you come to put the claim in. So here I've got the receipt, so I've clicked to upload that receipt. And I can do this by photographing the receipt on the camera. Now what you will see is it automatically populates the value at the bottom to the value of the receipt. And I've submitted that. And then finally what I'm going to add here is I've purchased some milk for branch, so I'm just going to search for sundries. Select the date that the claim is relevant to and input the detail in the description again. So again, receipt is available to upload. I can access my camera and I can photo the receipt. If there are multiple items on the receipt that aren't relevant to the claim, then what you can do is when it automatically pulls through the value, you can just type over to the value of the item that you're claiming for. And then with this, my cost centre isn't central services. I've claimed this for Nottingham branch, so I can change that to Nottingham. This automatically splits. So for those of you that do make multiple claims across multiple cost centres, that will split that for you. So we can see now at the top, we've gone into the unassigned claims, and here's where they've all come through. So what I need to do from here So that 51.99 of unassigned, I need to create a report then for this. So I've gone into add report. I've choose the relevant dates. Now where it's add report, this is where we're looking at the claim period. So that's the 4-week or 5-week period that's open for you to claim against. So input that in the description. And then this is almost like a folder that's going to group all the expense items together within one claim. So once we've done this, we've checked the relevant cost centre and the approver, we click save that. If I refresh this list, you can just see that's appeared at the bottom there, and I've gone into that report. There's no claims within it. So what I can do now is I can add at the bottom and add existing expenses. This is going to bring everything that I've put through for the month that haven't been allocated yet to a report, and I can just go through and click and select them all. Just going through here, what I've seen that I have done is I've added mileage, but I haven't added any receipts against the mileage. The expenses through this way, we don't attach our receipts to the mileage, we attach them separately as a fuel receipt. You can see here, so the transfer is complete, and the report then contains those 4 items. So then I can go through and I can add new expenses to this report. So I'm going to add a fuel receipt now. So just a reminder, your fuel receipt needs to be 1/3 of the value of your total claim. You can add fuel receipts as you go along. So again, if you want to be in the habit of, once you've put your fuel in the petrol, just scan your receipt as I'm doing so here, and then input that against the fuel receipt item. Don't worry about the value at the bottom, because once that gets pulled through into back office, that gets cleared. It's just so long as you see there the fuel receipt has come through at 0 value, it's just a way for us to document that receipt against the expense claim. So once we're happy that everything's added, we can go to submit. Before that, I just want to show you where you'll find out details about your claim period. So on your home page, in the middle of the screen, there's an announcement, a little person. At the top of there is always going to be details of what expense period you're in and when your reports need to be submitted by. Along with that, there'll be training videos and guides under the expenses how-to section of how to submit your expenses, and also for managers how to authorise. So now just coming back to submit that expense. So I've gone back to the expenses option on the home screen, and we can see staff expenses, training at the bottom. I'm scrolling that page across to the left and pressing submit. We then want to accept the terms and conditions, and that the car is correct that you've submitted the claim against. You can see now there's a paper aeroplane against that, and that's submitted. If I want to make any amendments to the claim, I can unsubmit, I can add additional items to it and then resubmit. There's also the option to delete the claim altogether. So I've just resubmitted here.